Thanks for joining, everyone. Looks like we're connected. We got Twitch, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok. So I crossed the 1,000 follower mark on TikTok, so I can live stream to TikTok now. I think that's pretty exciting. Trying to see if Restream can Restream stream to TikTok. Not available yet. Okay. So I'll look into that offline some more. What are we working on today? Futurecaster. This is the legacy Futurecaster application. And it's using Next.js, and we want to move to BlitzJS. So here's the current state of BlitzJS. This is the remote. Let's return to homepage, refresh. So you all can access this right now, futurecaster-blitzjs.vercel.app. It has two database problems. One is with the SQL database and one is with file storage. So we're going to be working on that today. Move some tabs that I don't need out of the way. Okay, so here is Vercel deployments. Repository, it's open source, of course. So I think, I didn't fix this offline, but I think the issue with the Supabase connection is that I never told Supabase that my remote is a permitted URL query target. Where do I log in? I have to click start your project. Already did. Brian Hugh joined. What's up, Brian? Okay, so here's the Supabase database. Now, settings. Okay. Auth settings? I don't think it's auth settings. Is it? Let's see, database. SSL connection, that's great. Here's API. This is not what I need. Okay, maybe it is auth settings. Site URL, yep. The base URL of your website used as an allow list. Yeah, so this is what, at the end of the last one we missed. And I think I want to disable sign up, because this is going to be a Supabase sign up as opposed to a sign up through my UI. And I want to force users to sign up through the UI. So let's try this. May or may not work. What is the remote URL? It is Futurecaster Blitz Vercel app. Grab that. I think it's comma separated. We'll find out. Brian Hugh, what's up? What's up? I was curious if Supabase handles authentication like Google Firebase. It does. Yeah, and I am using Supabase. I wish I could get TikTok to see like the background, but if you switch over to YouTube or Twitch, streaming right now, and also I'm streaming to LinkedIn, and you'll be able to see what I'm actually doing. But Supabase does have authentication. It's actually really great. They even have social sign up and phone sign up out of the box. It's pretty crazy. I still don't use Supabase authentication. The reason is, and I actually filed a GitHub issue for this, they expose your, oh, you'll sub, thanks. Yeah, so they expose your email in a trivially encoded base64 token. So if I'm streaming and someone sees the URL string, they can get my email address out of that because it's not actually encrypted. It's not salted. And so like the Supabase CEO, like he's like, this is a valid issue and it's outstanding. It's just like an outstanding issue. And he said if they change this, it might break their upstream Netlify integration. So GoTrue API is the same authentication API that Netlify is supporting. It's one of the reasons I'm not a Netlify fan. We can talk about that if y'all want, but I'm not a Netlify fan. Vercel all the way, and Railway is also kind of cool, but I'm still on the Vercel boat. GitHub Pages is really great too if you don't need a database. Go GitHub Pages, it's simpler. Full Brussels sprouts fan as well. All right. So do I need to redeploy from Vercel or can I just make another runtime request? Let's find out. So I'm going to try to log in. Let's try to sign up. I'll just make up some password here. Create account, check my dev tools. Cool, so error validating the data source. So we're still having that issue, okay. Going to email myself this password so I don't forget. Okay, so let's do a new deployment. Gonna open up VS Code, go to my terminal. Defaults to PowerShell because I'm on Windows. Isn't that gross? Switch over to git bash. And the command is Vercel deploy. That's it. Easy peasy. Happy Saturday. Hope y'all are having a great Saturday. Today's stream going to go for about an hour, 7 to 8 Eastern time. Then I have a TV date. Actually, I think the TV date's not till 9 p.m. I think 8 to 9, my wife is going to do a workout. So maybe I'm not going to be able to keep streaming on my desktop because I have to watch the kids. But I might do some TikTok stuff from the couch. So we'll see. Okay, deploy is ongoing. Let's check the dashboard. Build logs. Last one is aged 4 days old, so that's not the current one. Here's deployments. Okay. Current one, 55 seconds in, about 12 seconds to go. In the meantime, I'm going to open up the Supabase docs. Just going to anticipate the failure. Like if it doesn't go the way that I want, let's get ahead. Let's get ahead of that, right? So the issue that I'm suspecting here, one thing I could do is I could just log out the environment variable, which feels bad, but we're in development. It's not a big deal. What I'm suspecting is if it does fail, what it means is that the site URL is not allowed to be a comma separated list. It's supposed to just be one. And if that's the case, that's potentially problematic. Bunch of cool Supabase extensions. Those are great. Maybe I need to set up a proxy. That's going to be a bunch of work. I'm going to open up Discord and check the Supabase Discord and just ask them. All right, let's check on that build. So build is now done. So go to the remote web page, empty cache hard reload, try to sign up again. Just got a straight up error aborted. So it didn't say failed to use the environment variable or anything this time. It just said error aborted. That's no good. Try it with a different email address. And error validating data source that time. Oh, Josh Henney. Is Josh here? Doesn't look like it. Did you say that was from Supabase auth or a custom auth that exposes the email? Let's do the Supabase auth. Here, I'll show you. I can just, so here's a, the old futurecaster uses Supabase auth. So let's sign in. Let's see, what email address did I use? Sign up, sign up. Okay, so that sign up worked. So cool. So now I'll go to application, check my network headers. I'm not signed in, am I? Save, okay, sure. Am I signed in? Sign in. Email not confirmed. Okay, let me confirm my email real quick. I'm not seeing that email confirmation to my email. Maybe that'll take a minute. Okay, so that might take a minute. Let me pull up the GitHub issue. Supabase go true. issues then. This is no good. Supabase. Issues. Generator. Discussions. Oh, I think it's just on GoTrue, not Supabase JS, not GoTrue JS. Yeah, there it is. Okay, remove user email from session. So this is the issue. Email is personally identifiable information and sensitive information, so exposing it is a security concern. Yep, here you go. You can read more. Supabase GoTrue issues number 114. So Koppel is the CEO of Supabase, and yeah, he's the one that said it's a valid concern, although it could break compatibility with the Netlify server. And then, yeah, unencrypted JWT also ends up in the URI during SynMagic flow, SynMagic link flow. And I just now got that confirmation email. That took a long time, didn't it? Golly. Okay, so click to confirm. Okay, and it redirected me over here. I think I'm logged in now. So let's see. I think it's in the headers, if I'm not mistaken. So the API session. Okay, let me look at my VS Code. I forgot where it is. I haven't worked on that repo in a while. Maybe user. Use sign up, use sign in, futurecaster API user, get user. So it should be API user. Josh, what's up? How's it going? Working on some Next.js, BlitzJS stuff. It kind of seems like this code was never deployed to the remote. Let's Let's go for sign. Let's just try to sign in. Sign in. So what's up with this? Response. Okay, so this is the sign-in token. Access token. Okay, that's like the Supabase login. Yeah, there's supposed to be a different login. Let's see. Oh, did you see it? Watch the URL. Bam, access token. It blinks, it's in there. There's an E tag, that's cool. We're cool with E tags. I'm not seeing it in cookies. It was on the headers, but I'm not seeing it. I also don't see hello. It's supposed to say like hello John right here. Anyway, we'll move on. Do you think that makes using Supabase a concern for use in an everyday app? It just depends if you're comfortable with people sniffing your users' emails. Like, I don't want that for my users. If you're in like a corporation, that's considered like sensitive information and personally identifiable information. So it's not going to work for your commercial prod app. But if you have like a toy application, so like this has like a shop attached, right? So that's not going to fly. But if you have like a toy application and you don't have a shop attached, maybe it's okay. If your application considers user email addresses to be public information, then it's not a big deal. What is the main thing you could teach me about Next.js? I know it's for server-side rendering, but I don't understand how it differs from React. It's also for static generation, and you could be lumping that under SSR, but that's a mistake. They're very, very different. SSR is supposed to be dynamic. Yeah, you got it, Brian, for sure. Josh, if you want to hop over to YouTube, you can see what's actually on my screen, and I can show you some code. Next.js is pretty different. It gives you a pages-oriented architecture. So you don't need React Router. It just has routers built into the framework itself. And you can also get static pages at build time. So you don't need a server at all. It's super fast. It's more performance than Create React App. Create React App is really, hey, Josh Hendricks, what's up? So can you see pages over here? These are literally going to end up being the pages that show up like here. So the mental model is really straightforward. It's awesome. And it's super performant, encourages TypeScript. And then you have these cool cloud functions. So serverless functions are a first-class citizen in Next.js. So these are a bunch of really good reasons to go with Next.js. I would encourage you to use blitzjs. Let me throw that on screen. So blitzjs is a framework on top of Next. Um, BlitzJS, there's like a command line. So Blitz Prisma Studio. So Prisma, it is a database layer that's like suggested by Blitz. So Blitz is an opinionated framework. React itself is not opinionated. That leaves a ton of open questions, like how do you do this and that? Blitz is opinionated on top of React. So it tells you how to do everything. So it tells you like how to set up a full stack application super quick. Here's your database. Look, I have a mainline database browser. Is that insane or what? I can come in here and like delete this thing. Delete. Boom. I just edited my database. That was so easy. I can add a record if I want to. Gwenny, any tips on what kind of solid projects would land a job? So here's a few. On my TikTok, if you scroll back through my videos, I do, it's either like 3 or 5 projects that I recommend. So one is you can redo your resume as an HTML page on GitHub Pages. You can host everything for free. I hope you're not paying to host a portfolio, but you need a portfolio. So you can turn your resume into a web page. You can do a blog. That's a lot of people want to throw shade on a blog, but it's actually really great because you get to explain things that you've learned. And that's really great talking points in any of your interviews. It's like, hey, I learned this, and then I blogged it, shared it back with the community. So now you're like a thought leader, right? That's a big talking point. And now you have 2 things, so you can do a portfolio site. So your portfolio site can point to your blog and it can point to your resume. If you only have like one thing, it doesn't make sense to have a portfolio site because you're like a portfolio site pointing to one thing. Why don't you just send the link out to the one thing? But when you hit that magic number 3, now you actually have like 3 projects, right? It's kind of cool. You can do a simple link list style here. Check out my GitHub. Here's GitHub, Vanderveer. And I have link tree style. Here we go. So you do a link tree-like portfolio. It's just like a list of links. This one's in Vue. This one's in Next. You can do vanilla. So yeah, go for a link tree-like portfolio page. That brings you up to 3. The 4th one that's really hard, but it's going to land you a job every time, that is the one portfolio code foundry. Bam. This is
today I'm going to ship.
This is the one coding project idea guaranteed to get you a software development job. And this guy is right. Coder Foundry. Go check out this video. You can see it right here. Basically, it's a bug tracker. And he'll walk you through the features that you want to implement. And that's the way to go. I'm a product guy. What's up? I'm a product guy. Hey, dude. Thanks for joining. Hope y'all are doing well. So let's get in here and actually do some code, okay? I'm trying to get this database connected. I was in the docs. Oh yeah, docs are so boring. I really hate them. So we are done with this old legacy one. We're trying to work on the new one. Rebuilt, doesn't connect. So next step is I gotta log that environment URL out. Where is this error occurring? So the database URL connection is working from local. Did I update my database URL in Vercel? That's worth checking. So let's go over here. I'm going to pull this off screen because I'm checking a secret. And just so you can see where I went, settings, environment variables, and I'm checking database URL, but I'm going to have to check the value, so I'm going to take that off screen. Just making sure that it's the correct value. Because if it's the wrong value, I mean, it makes sense why we're getting an error, right? It is the correct value. It's the same value that I'm using on my local, and it's working on local. Okay, close that out. So why is it not working? So database URL. Bring this page back. Man, this feels like work, not understanding 90% of what people are talking about, but secretly I want to understand. Yeah, hey, check the link in my bio, latterly.io. I'm doing free signups in my course right now because I'm still building the course. And you can it's supposed to take you from like 0 to 60. Like you don't even know how to code anything, and then you can learn how to code and get a job. So I'm a product guy. I could actually use your help specifically because you're so novice. That's actually a great asset to me. So yeah, sign up. You'll get my email address and the Discord link. You can come chat, and then I might want to do some like chat with you kind of one-on-one as an entry-level person. Like, does this make sense? So I'm going to delete localhost as a site URL. This is kind of shooting in the dark. The documentation is not treating me well. Look here. Site. I want site URL. I need to know the parameters for site URL. Let's search. This is for reset password. No. Reset password. No. This is a GoTrue server site URL. Ew, Netlify. Ew. I feel like Supabase has this like weird tight relationship with Netlify that's not cool. Database. Where to redirect users after they confirm their email address or attempt to use a magic link to log in. That's not what that does, right? That's the redirect URL. Additional redirect URLs. All right, let me hit their Discord because this is not making sense to me. Okay. Oh, I'm not on the Supabase Discord. Okay. Let's see. Help. Sure. JavaScript. Complete a few more steps. Okay. I won't be a jerk. Yep. Oh, actually, this is more like documentation. General. Okay, close that, close that. Classic sprint review, it worked 10 minutes ago. Yep, facts. All right, so basically I don't trust their documentation, unfortunately. This is making me want to go back to Railway, to be honest with you. Let's look at a quick start. Maybe that'll help. Quick start, Next.js. New project, wait for it to launch. Yep, that's all working. Find the anon. Yep, that's all working. Building the app. Cool, we're building it. Next, public Supabase URL. I don't have this. I think that's just what it's called in that app. Oh, here we go. So I do have it. Anon key. I'm not using a Supabase client, and I really don't want to. That is the other futurecaster repo. Account page. So none of this is actually enabling, like none of this is adding settings on Supabase side. It's just doing stuff on the website. So Supabase by default is supporting localhost 3000. So this will work on your localhost, but where's the part? Yeah, see the app, but where's the part where I ship it to a remote? Bonus profile photos. Yep, I want to do that, but not right now. Next steps. Okay. I'll just ask a question on discussions. That works. Yep. Okay. PostgreSQL. Let me make sure that's true. Yeah, it totally does. It totally does. It's like the database URL is not getting injected at all. See you, product guy. Okay. So it's like this is not getting injected at all. Error validating data source DB. Okay, so by default, site URL comes with localhost 3000, but I'd like my remote Vercel URL to be able to connect to DB. I've tried two things. Replace or append site URL value to and replace localhost with single site URL. Append site URL value. Yep. Replace. Okay. My DB connection continues to fail with the following error message. It could be the case that database URL is not injected for some reason. But assuming it is okay. It could be a Vercel side issue, but starting this discussion just to cover my bases. Cool. You must select a category. General, it's Q&A. Ask the community for help. CS Rafal joined. Hey, great to see you. Thanks for joining. Obviously on TikTok here, but if you go over to YouTube or Twitch, you can also see the code on screen. Cool. So I dropped that question there. Let's visit the Discord. New unreads. Close this for now. So I'm going to save it like this and see if my localhost still works. Okay, so that's updated Supabase side. Does my localhost still work? Let's get localhost going. Oof. So it's just blitz dev. Yep. So if localhost works, what do we know? If localhost works, we know that site URL is not malformed. Successfully compiled, visit on 3000, Webpack 5, lit. Okay, so here we are. Go ahead and open up the DevTools. Kind of being slow, huh? Build page compiled successfully. Okay, cool, and it worked because this was coming out of the database. Let's go ahead and make one more. Create futurecast. Boop, cost 1 coin. Cool. What's my new futurecast? Banana won't score the points demonology. Doesn't make any sense. try and get one that makes sense. Boop. All emojis. I actually like that one. That's a good one, isn't it? Okay. Going to the home page. So here I am logged in. So database connection from local is still working, although I've updated the site URL. This indicates that site URL is not malformed. And as such, okay, let me try to actually log in because I haven't done that. So here I'm on local. Also, I want to have a link back to local. So create, here's the create futurecast button. I want to add a to home. I have return home button in my app core components. I'll put it above. Where should I put it? I'll put it above. Right, so that's all it is. And since this is TypeScript, I can... Oh, never mind. I thought it was going to be able to figure out how to import it, but it looks like it did not. So return home button is imported this way. Remove those unused imports. Control-Shift-P, sort my imports for me. Thanks. Cool, so it's right above it now, right? Create futurecast. So now I have a return to homepage button. What is this? Expected server HTML to contain a matching div and p. Was ist das? What if I comment this? Oh, I think that's because of suspense. Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. Div cannot appear as a descendant of P. Really? So return to home button has a div, that's why? Div cannot be a descendant of P. Okay, let's make this P. And I think that's fine. Cool, you're happy? All right, we're happy. Return to home page. So I'll log out. That logout button didn't have a pointer on it, did it? So let's try to log in. Impressive project, man. A lot of stuff that I don't understand, which is always good. Yeah. We could do, Josh, if you want, we could do like kind of like a hackathon type of thing sometime. What is my password on local? I need to look at my database. Open up another bash. Futurecaster-blitzjs. Yep. Blitz, Prisma, Studio. And go to my user and what is my hash password? Yeah, but what is the hash? I don't know. Okay. Secure password verify. You're not going to tell me my hash, are you? Okay, that's fine. That's smart of you. So I think I need to reset my password, basically. So I'll reset that. Yeah, I don't have a mailer set up, so it just does this. Click here to set up a new password. Cool. Like, I don't have a mailer set up in my Cloud Functions, and my system knows that. New password, whatever I want, huh? Lit. All the Supabase are mine. So it logged me in, and if you don't believe me, we can do it again. And now that I actually know my password, beep, log in. So it logged me in, so it's connecting to the database. It's doing all the things that we couldn't do remotely. Okay, let's refresh this one more time, give it another try. Bam, 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 bam. Nope, doesn't work. Doesn't work, doesn't work, doesn't work. So what are we learning? We are learning that it's not due to site URL. So the second theory is that environment variable, and we already confirmed that the environment variable is correct. It's the same environment variable that I'm using on local. All your base belong to us. If you know, you know. So my current theory is that the database URL is correct on the Vercel remote. It's just not getting injected somehow. And this is, I'm kind of tripped out about this. Why is it not getting injected correctly? Let me look at my package.json. Go back to basics, right? So when I blitz dev, I do this. This is a dev server. On Vercel, I'm doing this. So the difference here could potentially be the problem. What does blitz start? What does that do? Oh, blitz starts the production server. Well, fuck me. Maybe I should have been using the production server in production. Jeez, if that's the whole problem, I'm going to call myself a software developer, because wouldn't that be predictable? Cannot find a production build. You must build. Okay, I like what I'm hearing. Blitz, build, and blitz S. I'm going to blitz start. I don't like using that shorthand blitz S. I have this joke that you can tell somebody's a senior when their bugs are trivial, basically. Like they missed a semicolon, they missed a comma, they were running, blitz build, but never ran blitz start. That's like a total example of this. Statically generated, baby. Hey Josh, if you're still around, check this out. You see, these are different rendering modes. Server-side rendering, SSR. You have the lambda symbol here. Static, SSG. The only difference there is whether you're using get static props. They're technically both static builds, but one uses get static props, one doesn't. And ISR. Yeah, so they're importantly different. And static generation is the gold standard. Static generation is going to get you optimal SEO, optimal performance, no flash of unstyled content. We don't want any flash of unstyled content. FOUC. Ew, gross. Terrible user experience. Okay, so started on server, loop back 3000 or localhost 3000. Okay. Noted. Nice, nice, nice. This localhost 3000 looks like it's working. I can't tell a difference. Okay. Can I log out and log in over here? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is it even on my clip? I think it's not on my clipboard anymore. Let me see. Okay. That worked. Feels kind of too good to be true. So I'm going to kill this. Bam, dead. Blitz build and blitz start. Blitz build. Blitz build and blitz start. Feels too good to be true, but hey, let's give it a shot in the dark. And see. So what do we do over here? This is chore remove extraneous import, right? That's all I did is I killed those extraneous imports. This is the sign up form. Let me look at the sign up form and just make sure I didn't break it. Failed to fetch. Oh, I killed my server, didn't I? I'll just do the search in file for routes, not there. Search in file for link, not there. Search in file for mutation. Yes, it is there. Okay, good enough test for me. Control Enter command if you're on Mac. That's one commit down. Second commit is, this is going to be a fix don't nest p under div. Okay, small commits, small and descriptive, right? Here's the next commit. This commit is add. This is a feature conventional commit. Add return home button. I'm going to break it 2 lines because I don't want that first line to be too long. So I'm going to say add return home button. Go down here and say to create future casts page. Control Enter. Last but not least, this is some people for conventional commits will do a build. I just put it all under chore. And so this would be run prod server, which is like, were you really not running the prod server? Because that's embarrassing. Push. Here for the free tutoring. What's up, Mr. Whittington? Hey, I like your like image there. I don't know if other people can see that. It's like whenever you do IQ testing, there's like the ink blot. Yeah, looks like an ink blot. It's pretty cool. Feel free to ask anything you want, by the way. The way I run these office hours, I'm doing my thing, but you can interrupt at any time, any question, and you have my attention. So, okay, so we just pushed it to GitHub. Vercel is already integrated to GitHub, so it should be running a build already. See that? See here it says chore run prod server. It's integrated to my GitHub. It's watching. It's a GitHub action. And so it says, oh, you pushed. Boom. I'm going to rebuild, redeploy. Love it. Love it. We're going to put Vercel to the test here because Vercel has Cloud Function support and my authentication is using Cloud Function. But if we go back and we blitz S, it looked like that server was a persistent server. It didn't look like it was spinning up and down in like a serverless way. So I wonder if it's going to work with Vercel. Dun, dun, dun. Thanks, I generated it myself. It's a render of a Mandelbrot set. Right, isn't Mandelbrot for IQ testing? I mean, yeah, it's horrible. It's, okay. I know it's not good IQ testing, but I think it was still used for it for a while. Whatever. So this says it's up to 210. That should not be the case. It should build in about $1.30. Let's take a peek here. Okay, so it's just running on localhost. That seems like bad news, doesn't it? The build is never going to finish then. Okay, let's try it and see what happens. I don't feel great about this, but whatever. Yeah, it doesn't work. So the build is never going to finish. Wow, so can Blitz not run serverless? Is that what we're learning? Deploy serverless to Vercel, Blitz.js serverless. Oh no, Brandon, what if serverless is overrated for web apps? Serverless is awesome for queues and background processing, less awesome for what if AWS Fargate is actually the best way to deploy web apps? I mean, Fargate is lit. I think I follow him already. Let's see. Yeah, I already follow him. Brand's really cool. Dang, I feel like we might be discovering that Blitz auth is not serverless. Full stack framework adapted for the serverless era. Is it? Not if the auth isn't serverless. What's Vercel? Vercel is kind of like Netlify or GitHub Pages with a server or railway. It is a private cloud. So think like just like AWS, except it's like more developer friendly, and they have a forever free tier that's actually forever free, not like AWS is free, which is like it's free for a year and then you get hit with a giant bill. Also, before the year's up, if you use too much stuff, you get hit with a giant bill. Vercel.com, super awesome. Check it out. It's officially like tied in with Next.js. So Next.js Commerce Starter. It's like here's Next.js Commerce. You see up at the top it says Vercel. So like Next.js and Vercel they got each other's back. Let's say you don't need to use them together, but they play really well together, and they're co-developed by the same foundation. And Guillermo is the dude who I don't know if he founded, who created Next.js. Yeah, so Guillermo is the guy who created Next.js, and he also, I don't know if he runs Vercel, but he's like big up there with Vercel. Currently the CEO of Vercel. So there you go. Guillermo's the guy. I met him at a design conference. Really? That's wild, dude. You met Guillermo. Dance, bro. Famer says dance, bro. Anything from my audience. I'll take off the hat. I'll take off the hat if you ask me. Let's see how products, blah, blah, blah. How boring is this? Where does it work? Where does it work, dude? Authentication. Prisma 2, yeah. What about Prisma 3, though? Upcoming seed command. Okay, this might be a bit dated then, if it doesn't have seed command then yet. So let's do Google blitzjs serverless auth. Using Fauna with blitzjs. Trade-offs. Dude, Prisma is great. Prisma, it's not a new thing anymore. You remember when it was a new thing. Yeah, it's not a new thing anymore, but it is the best thing. Prisma is the best ORM. Oh, check this out. What ORM node Vanderveer? So I wrote this article in 2018. Which JavaScript for Free Code Camp? Which JavaScript ORM should you be using in 2018? And back then it was not Prisma. And this blew up. Where's my likes on it? I had a bunch of likes on this stuff. Oh, and Hacker Noon. Yeah, so which ORM should you use? I created this spreadsheet and it was like all the ORMs. And I ended up picking Loopback. Loopback was the winner at that time. Prisma's like not even on the map. And then Sequelize is like number 5. Of course, at work we're still using Sequelize. Boo! It's like upgrade, dude. Yeah. Over 9,500 reads. That's only got 5 hearts. Ew, what? I thought I had like a bunch of stars or something. Free Code Camp is not showing my stars. Okay, mahalo. So yeah, so then people were like, ew, Loopback, you should try TypeORM. So I tried it and it was terrible. That's what this article says. So I was a big fan of Loopback, basically, is my point. And now I'm off the Loopback train and I'm on the Prisma train. Session middleware isn't working on Vercel. So the fact that this is closed to me indicates that he got it working. Here's the login mutation I'm using. This is like a year ago. Feels outdated. This is a trade-off node in general. Node is single-threaded. Vercel is not recommended. Ooh, this is some tea. Are y'all seeing this? I didn't see this before. We do not recommend deploying Blitz to Vercel. Vercel is a platform optimized for front-end deployments, not full stack. While you can deploy to Vercel, most people run into too many issues and give up. Direct SQL database connections are one of the biggest issues. You have to pay for a very expensive database to support any amount of scale. What? Supabase is free, dog. Okay, if your only T is 3 issues when it comes to using SQL database in a serverless environment. Separate locations for app and database. People accidentally deploy their app to a different region than their database. Deploy your app, and this is like an AWS problem. I don't have that problem. Idle connections. You will set up your database client and database connection outside of your... No, this is not a problem for Supabase. Okay, none of these are actually problems. Planet Scale DB, huh? Seems to have solved the connection limit issue for serverless environments. That's an interesting idea. Oh, connection limit issue. Okay, let me kill my local connection. Okay, so my local is not connected, but it still wasn't working. Futurecaster. That still is not working. Forgot your password. Time to read the log. Yeah, it is though. See, this is the issue right here. It's like database URL is not getting injected. Error validating the data source. Okay, let me just edit my build, and I'm just going to echo. By the way, I'm touching the 5-minute mark. We're going to wrap up. So that's still going. Let's kill this. Cancel this. Cancel deployment. So doing blitz start here is a bad idea. I guess I don't understand how it really works in a serverless way. Oh, because they're considering is Fargate serverless. Yeah, so they're considering Fargate serverless, that's why. So it's not really a cloud function. Render.com, what is that? I don't know. Fastest way to host your static sites and whatever and whatever. Do you have a forever freeze here? Okay. This seems kind of cool. Did Fargate rebranded as Amplify? That's a separate thing. Fargate is a special Lambda that uses a container. Fargate is, yeah. It's ECS on Lambda. Elastic Container Service on Lambda. So these are the 4 that they mention. So these seem like persistent servers. It does not seem like cloud functions. Yeah, Docker containers. Background workers. Cron jobs. You can do a cron lambda. I don't know. So what is the issue that we're trying to solve? The issue that we're trying to solve, oh, yeah, the issue that we're trying to solve is this database connection. Session middleware isn't working on Vercel. Close that. Okay, so let's echo it. So here, let's not blitz start. Sounds like a problem for future John. Yeah, I think so, right? I'm gonna just echo it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hang up because what I'm gonna try to do here is echo out my database URL, and I don't really want everyone to see that. So, and I should be wrapping up the stream anyway. So, thanks for dropping by. Oh, the Curious Chemist just joined. What's up? Poor timing. I'm about to wrap up. Hope you'll tune in next time, though. So, thanks everyone for tuning in.